Hello and welcome to Mountain Patriot Homestead. Today I wanted to just talk about throwing in the towel. Just, is this all worth it? You know, working 7 days a week from the time we get up till the time we go to bed, is it all just worth it? Or should we, I don't know, try to move to town and, work our regular normal work week and then have time to come home and just do nothing if we wanted to, or go to a movie, or go to the lake, or just go do whatever we wanted? Is it worth all this for all the amount of work that we have to put into it? Well, there are days that I do ask myself these questions. Excuse me. And sometimes those days are like today, when I hear coworkers that are going to the lake, and this is happy September 1st, by the way, that are gone to the lake, they're camping all weekend, they're spending time going and enjoying and running and doing. And what are we doing this weekend? Well, this afternoon I've got a bunch of peas back behind me to get picked and snapped and shelled and put up. So I've got that to do. I've got a few other things around here to get done, and the mister is going to be getting the skid steer ready, because we've got a skid steer job ready to do tomorrow that we've got to run. It'll probably take at least all day to get that done. And then we've got that tree, that the other video that I put on about the big wild cherry tree that we cut down. We've still got to get something done with that. I've at least got to get, the smaller limbs and things picked up and something done with that. There's just always things going on here on the homestead, and is it worth it? All the work that we put into it? Well, again, those are questions that I do ask myself sometimes, especially when it seems like there's far more projects than there are time. But that's where you have to weigh the pros and cons of what works for you. Now, for us, like I said, there are times that we really probably should take time to enjoy ourselves and go do something fun or whatever, but for the most part, this is what we enjoy. Now, sometimes I do wish that I had more time for fishing. Fishing is something I really enjoy doing. I recently put up the fishing video about how to use the almanac for fishing, and but I'll tell you the truth, even though I may look at the almanac to see if I can anticipate it being a good day fishing, I'll tell you, I've never had a bad day fishing. Even if I don't catch a fish, if nothing nibbles the line, it's still a good day fishing for me, because I will fish at any opportunity, and I just enjoy it. It's just something I enjoy doing. So I do wish sometimes that I had more time to fish, but even fishing for us is not just a total something to just waste time with, because if we catch anything, then that becomes meals for us. And that's just like the same reason, same thing of growing gardens and raising animals. It's all a process of making ourselves more self-sufficient. Now, yes, we could be spending all of our time running and doing other things, but then we would be spending more of our money in buying things at the store. Now, how many of you have noticed how much things have went up in the store? And I don't mean over the last few years. I mean, we expect things, costs to rise and stuff over time, but I mean, it seems like some stuff has just recently has just shot up. I will tell you, twice this week, two times, I have walked into a store looking for stuff, walked around, and left both of those stores without buying anything. Because some of those things are just like, I do not need them at that price, and I will walk out. I know that bothers some people, but it does not bother me because I know what I have to do to make the money that I'm going to be spending. So if it's not something I just absolutely have to have, and by have to have, I don't mean necessarily even mean I need it. I've just got to have it. It could be something I just really want. Here a few nights ago, that was ice cream. So the mister brought home some ice cream of his choosing, and I have to tell you something funny. It was banana pudding ice cream, and he told me, but he was making us a bowl of ice cream, and he said I picked out ice cream that I knew that I would like, and he meant himself. And in my mind, his go-to ice cream is always vanilla. He's not into me. You can throw whatever in it. You can throw, the rocky roads and the bunny tracks and the, whatever. Throw that off in there and I'm good. Well, for him, it's always vanilla. Vanilla's his favorite ice cream. Well, I said, oh, vanilla. And so he handed me the bowl. We were watching TV, so I didn't have the light on. And I got my first spoon, and there was something, like a little piece of something, and I'm like, was the spoon clean? I think there might have been something on the spoon. And he just laughed. He said, as far as I know. And I'm like, okay. And it's like, ugh. And that didn't stop me from eating ice cream. So then I got another bite, and it was just like, did you check the expiration date on this ice cream? And he's laughing. He said, what do you think that is? I said, it tastes, if it's vanilla, it's done went bad. It's done spoiled. He's laughing, and he said, that's banana pudding ice cream. And then it's like, oh, okay. Banana, okay, I get it. I understand now. Because then it tasted like banana pudding ice cream. But when I'm thinking it's vanilla ice cream and it doesn't taste like vanilla ice cream, I thought, okay, something is wrong with this ice cream. But anyway, completely down a bunny trail. Sorry about that, but wanted to just share that funny with you. But the ice cream was not something I just had to have, but it was something I really wanted. And so, but if I go to the store and it's not something I absolutely have to have or absolutely want, and I think the prices are ridiculous, I won't spend it. And when times are harder, if it's not something I absolutely have to have, as in necessary, need it, I won't spend the money. Been in that spot many times during my life, and it's not hard for me to say no at all when it comes to spending money. But is all of this worth it? Well, again, it's something each person has to weigh. For me, being able to walk away from a $3 head of lettuce because I can come home and walk out in the garden and get garden fresh tomatoes, garden fresh produce, maybe not lettuce because it's too warm, but I can walk out in my garden and pick things that I have grown myself and enjoy it. Same thing goes with beef or chicken or any other meat that we raise here, that I don't have to pay exorbitant prices in the grocery store because we grow it here. And that makes it worth it to me. Does it make it worth it that we spend more money probably than the average American spends on tools and equipment and supplies that we can use to keep our homestead running? For me, the answer is yes. Now, there's some days it's like, oh, you know, if we just sold all of this stuff, we could go live on a riverbank somewhere. Well, yes, we could, but, you know, even as much as I like fishing, after a few days of that, it would be like, okay, I'm ready to do something else now. So, the equipment that we have here and the tools and things that we keep here, first of all, my mister is superb in keeping things running. Sometimes it may not be exactly put back together like it should be because we have to adapt things, but you know, whatever you can do to keep things going. And so the tools that we have to keep our farm running makes it worth it. My kitchen gadgets. Now, I definitely take a ribbing from my husband for the kitchen gadgets because, yes, I do have a lot of kitchen gadgets. Do I use my kitchen gadgets? Absolutely. I just got a new one, my KitchenAid. I don't remember if I told you in a video or not, but my KitchenAid, it's probably been 2 years now, kicked the bucket. I mean, went belly up, it was done. Can't fault KitchenAid though, because I'd had this mixer for a long time and had all the attachments that I'd done everything from ground wheat to ground meat and everything in between, using it for dough and all the normal things that you use it for, plus all the attachment things that you use it for too. So it had been rode hard and put up wet. It had been used a lot. So when it finally gave up the ghost, I couldn't fault it. But I bought another KitchenAid. It's been probably a year now. And I bought it, one of the newer ones, and brought it home and immediately realized this is not as heavy as my other one was. And the bowl, even the mixing bowl itself, weighed about a third of what my old mixing bowl, which I kept, my old mixing bowl weighs. And everything just felt lighter and flimsier. I don't know if that's true or not, but it just felt it to me. And because my old KitchenAid weighed a ton, I had to use both arms and bear hug it to move it from one place to another. It was heavy. This one was not. It was much lighter, and all the equipment with it was very light. So, I know the first time I tried mixing up a thicker dough, it was kind of binding. It was kind of bogging down, and it was like, okay, no, I'm not dealing with this. So I took it back. I got rid of it, and I haven't had a bowl mixer, a stand mixer, in I guess about a year now. And just the other day I was looking and I seen some bottom mixers. I know I've gotten totally off the subject, but anyway, I'd gotten bought a mixer that mixes from the bottom. Don't know what bowl mixer, bottom mixer, not sure the exact terminology there, but it's by Nutrimil. I'm not trying to sell them, just telling you about them. And anyway, I've done a lot of research on them, looked, it's kind of similar to the Bosch that does this. It looks pretty much identical to the Bosch. And I found them on sale with the baker kit that come with it that, you know, mixes cakes and cookies and breads and all this type of thing. And it came with a food processor attachment too. Well, I had a food processor that's a real cheapy version because my older one gave up the ghost as well. It seems like everything just died all at once, but anyway, I bought a little cheap one, and I'll use it for craft stuff because it's not good for the kitchen. But this new one, I used it last night and used the food processor attachment, and it went right along. I was grating cheese, and I was grating a hard cheese, and it just zipped right through it. So, so far I'm happy. But what I was trying to say is, yes, I do use my kitchen gadgets. I've got a kitchen full of them. I use them. They save time, and they keep me rolling in the kitchen. So, yes, I do have a lot of kitchen gadgets, but I think of them, they're my tools, just like the farm tools that we use to keep everything else running. We use them to our benefit, and that I use the stuff in the kitchen to our benefit as well. So, yes, it's worth it for me to have things that are going to make my life easier, especially with my hands getting, you know, worse and worse. My grip and everything, I've lost most of my grip. So anything that can make it easier for me to still be able to do things, even with the loss of grip, it is worth it to me. So is it worth it? Well, again, it depends on exactly what you're talking about, but is our life worth it here on the homestead? The effort that we put into it, the time that we put into it, our lives that we put into it, sometimes the blood, sweat, and tears. Yes, overall it is. There are days that we would like to be able to just jump in the truck and go. Cows in the background, we took calves away from them today. But there's times we'd like to just be able to jump in the truck and go on an adventure somewhere. But you know, we have things like cows. We have these goats back here behind us. We've got baby chicks. We've got stuff everywhere that need tending to. Is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. There may be one day that comes along that we decide to downsize and that this place becomes somebody else's that wants to love it and work on it. And we move on and find somewhere else that we want to be, but it's worth it. We enjoy our lives here, and even though we'll always have more chores, more projects than we have time, we're still going to use every bit of our time that we have making it ours and making it what we love. So anyway, there you go. Another portion of sitting and visiting here at Mountain Patriot Homestead. I hope you enjoy it. If this is your first time being here, welcome. If it is not, welcome back. And I do hope that hello Pepper. I do hope that you subscribe, like, and share this channel. Don't knock Mama's camera over. And please come back again real soon. I'm sorry I got distracted with the pup. But I love y'all. Hope you have a wonderful afternoon. And we'll see you again real soon here at Mountain Patriot Homestead.